grind till you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live, motorsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Smimo
Hello.
Rex, young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Detroit Mario. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Jerseys leaked. Surprises ruined. We'll get to that one. Or is that like the hot top? No, we got some stuff.
No, we got it, yeah.
First and foremost, you saw the thumbnail. Happy birthday, Miguel Cabrera.
Happy birthday, Miguel Cabrera.
Detroit legend. I had somebody call me the other day.
Greatest Tiger of all time.
Did you upload the Aiden Hutchinson mural again, or no? Or I just put it in there?
From yesterday? Here.
From a couple days ago. If not, no big deal.
I'll find it.
I had someone call me. It's Luke G, actually. Luke G called me the other day, and he said he hates that. He feels like that building was made for greatness. I think he had Barry there. Geisman. Was Geisman on there for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
He felt like Hutch didn't deserve, I guess, that.
Doesn't deserve it yet.
How you feel?
That sounds like old man yells at cloud kind of thing.
That's the same thing, too.
Yeah. Luke G's a notorious hater.
He is.
We love you, Luke G.
He is, and that's fair.
He's a notorious hater, though. But, I mean, no, throw Hutch up there, man.
Yeah,
it's for the draft.
You went
There's
here.
Gonna be, yeah, he's from Michigan.
That's what it was, for sure.
And it's for the draft. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people in Detroit for the first time. So, yeah, no, give it to Hutch. He's the face of the franchise right now.
Nick, I know you for damn sure had no problem with it.
The mural of Hutch?
Yeah.
Why would I first damn sure not?
I know, yeah. Someone brought it to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, is that a take? Are people saying those things?
No,
Okay.
I like anytime they do murals of players, downtown. I think it's good for the city, and it gives the player some clout. So I always enjoy that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about I think it was yesterday, we were talking about, this is a sports city.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of, the Detroit personality. It's that yeah, I think we should idolize like I said, it just brings people together. I think sports should be big ups. Speaking of sports, I know you want to get out of your system, Chris, unless we have it on the sheet. The play on last night.
I just put on the sheet. I put fourth quarter yelling, "Why the fuck Batum in?" Because Nick Batum went crazy last night.
Did he really?
Oh yeah.
What did he do?
He had 7 threes.
Oh wow.
Couple blocks. He was making
what?
Oh yeah, dude.
Blocks?
He was making plays.
Nick Batum?
He had a block to seal the game basically.
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Kobe White went for 42 against probably the worst defense in the NBA in the Atlanta Hawks.
6 threes. Yeah, 1 block, but still.
Yeah.
Batum playing defense? Did not have that on my bingo card. Chris?
I mean, fourth quarter yelling, put Batum in. That's what we're changing the bar to, because he balled. But no, it was a good game. Philly looks serious, man. They really do. They look like a team that, if Embiid is healthy, I've always said that this is different than every other season, because at this point in the season, Embiid is worn down and hurt. But if he's had the time to rehab, which is a fair question, but if he's had the time to rehab and got his basketball legs under him, then this is actually going to be the freshest Joel Embiid ever. And history tells us that one of these years, at least one of these years, Embiid is going to be healthy and dominant for a playoff run. And this is one that shapes up. He's on the opposite side of the Boston bracket, so this could be the year they get all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if history tells us that with Embiid. History tells that man.
Yeah, but I mean, think about every great player. They have that one season that's their season. Yeah. And I think Embiid is
I'm
due
agreeing
for
with that though with this one.
Yeah. I do think it's that. And again, it's being on the opposite side. Think about Milwaukee and Indiana. I don't think Philly's taking either of those two teams seriously, coming out of all the issues that Milwaukee has, and Indiana being
such a disappointing
kind of gimmicky team.
Yeah.
So the path is made. New York's tough. I think New York or Philly, one of those teams is going to be in.
Oh, you got him too?
I got him going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
You got him coming up the East still, or just going?
I don't know. With Randall going down, that's a big blow for them.
Yeah.
But still, the East is wide open, man. The East is wide open. Anything can happen.
Yeah. I love it. I love it, though. I know you're not as hype on Dallas as I am, but I think Dallas is due for a year. Dallas is due for a year, and I think Denver, it's going to be some good playoff basketball. I'm excited to just, as somebody that watched Pistons all year, it's nice to watch good basketball.
That's true. That is a good point. It's fun to watch actual high-level players play high-level basketball. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh.
Yeah, that Philly Knicks probably would end up being, that's really good. I don't know if they go to the East.
I mean, I'm taking either of those two teams over Milwaukee or Indiana, whoever wins that.
Milwaukee's such a disappointment, man.
They are.
Actually, I don't know. What's going on? Is Giannis still banged up or what?
So,
is he going to be able to play?
Giannis is hurt, but this is giving me such flashbacks, and I'm going to say it because other people have said it too, so I'm not crazy, but it's giving me that Kevin Durant flashbacks to that Warriors year where he had that hamstring issue or calf issue. People worried about it. He came back too soon. The Achilles. So I honestly, God, listen, if you got to just punt this season, Milwaukee, I know it would suck to lose 2 first rounds in a row, but you can't play with that because if Giannis does the terrible thing, the tragic thing, then all of a sudden you've lost 2 seasons. So I just like if Milwaukee's in a very tough position.
I just wait out the first 2 games for sure. And just see how much shit we're.
I mean, Durant was sitting out games throughout the playoffs, and then it did in the finals. You know what I mean? So it's like
that's fair.
It's like I don't know, man. I'm worried. I don't want it to be that, but it's giving me that feeling.
This one I probably should save for tomorrow and maybe do more homework on it. But Tigers played today. They lost. I do want to make of note though. Obviously close. All 4 of those games were close.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season and baseball is streaky, so I don't know if maybe the Rangers are going through one of those things. At the same time as we're going through one too. But like,
why Langford played like a bum all season or all series?
if you're that close,
RBI double earlier,
and
1 for 4,
2 runs,
and they still have their guys playing, and it's that close of these games, a series at least it is. Why not make a trade and go get that extra bat?
You'd think like that is a very, very high possibility that the Tigers do that around the deadline.
Is it too early to be talking about that?
It's too early to be talking about making trades right now. You got to move some things around though. The bats were good today. They were shelling the rookie. Our guy Javi Baez is back. El Mago is back.
RV.
Two big hits for Javi Baez. Torkelson, couple bad at bats. Sloppy defense from the Tigers today. That's why they lost the game. Had I think 3 or 4 errors in this game, and
who had him?
Colt Keith had a couple. Torque had one.
Another one.
Yeah.
So much for that Gold Glove first baseman incoming.
Yeah, not great.
Was that 4 errors?
Not great. No,
that's not good.
He ripped a double. He ripped the RBI double in the left gap. But
today's the day we get your shit together.
Yeah.
Especially if you bought it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not. I don't like that.
Maeda looked like dog shit again, hanging sliders to one of the best power hitting lineups in the MLB. So
I'm coming to expect that from him.
Just a bad. Yeah, he gave Adolis Garcia a slider right in the middle of the plate. So just.
Is that his thing?
Just.
Do you know it? Yeah. You know it by heart? You want to hit it? Nick, you got some in you?
Gotta warm up those shoulders.
Some Maeda for you?
But
no, I'm out.
We'll see you, Nick.
I'm out on Maeda.
Chris.
You get loose with it.
Chris.
You gotta get loose with it. You gotta.
He's just letting it crash and shit.
I am out on Maeda.
Yeah,
he's like, and people are trying to just give him time. Give him time. I've seen enough.
Yeah, he's cooked.
You see somebody do this shit, and you pay them fucking multiple $1 million. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Get the shoulders loose.
Scott Hess, what the fuck is wrong
with you? You do that
you?
for pitchers. Do that. You do that for swim.
This is Detroit.
Get the shoulders loose.
Detroit Tigers have always had good pitching. I've never seen.
Yeah.
That shit. Get him the fuck out of here.
Burns says because Baez is a hitting black hole, and anytime Baez has hits, the offense is suddenly great, which is how bad the Baez contract really is. And yeah, it does seem like anytime he gets a hit, we score a couple runs. So, but you blame this loss. It wasn't on the bats. It was on the fielding and the pitching.
Yeah, Maeda, there's just no excuses at this point. It seems like the lineup kind of knew that they were going to have to put up runs trying to get to Jack Leiter early, making his rookie debut. So it was good to see the bats perk up, but, I mean, Maeda at this point, this just looks like, I mean, you got him for 2 years as well. It's a 2-year, $24 million deal, and it looks like a dud so far. I mean, it is 4 starts, it's early, but just the way he's hanging all of his stuff, it looks bad right now.
So hold on, Nick. Did you just say Jack Leiter?
Jack Leiter made his debut. Yeah.
Oh, that's why the offense looked like
alive.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Now things make a little bit more sense.
Not great
numbers. Rookie was getting shelled for sure.
I still got pulled in 3 innings. That makes it all makes more sense.
It was a 7-7 game after 4 innings.
Oh,
so
Maeda classic. Love it.
Classic.
Hell yeah.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
Yeah, we need to make a trade for some hitters. Maeda's going to be fucking part of that. At least.
Dude, what are you gonna get for it?
You can't get anything.
I said a part of
not gonna
it,
get
not the
anything.
whole thing.
If it was me, I would just call Manning up, put him as a long reliever, burn the $12 million.
Maeda,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you cool with that?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Shout
I
out
don't
to
know,
Greg
though, bro.
Aspall.
It's not like he gets worse throughout the game. He starts off ass from the beginning. So do you really want him as a reliever too? Like,
I don't want him on this team.
Yeah,
easy, but
trade
the
him.
way it's looking now.
whatever you need to do to get it done, get him out of here.
Ken with just a terrible take in the chat. He says trade Scooble for bets. You're not trading
All
Scooble.
right.
Hell
Greg,
no.
Greg Allspaw, $20 donation. Shout
Get
out to
outta
Greg.
here.
He didn't even say anything, but
Shout out, Greg.
just shout out Greg dropping a bomb there.
Whenever that happens, I feel like it's one of two things. Someone's cleaning their drug money. Or secondly, what if... All right, never mind. Secondly, a butt donation.
A butt donation?
You're like
Oh,
butt down
dude.
someone? You think it's a butt
I
donation?
would be so pissed if I look at my phone and you just donated $700 to the Outdoor Boys. I'd be like, bro, oh my God.
The Outdoor Boys?
Yeah, it's the best YouTube channel out there.
I've never even heard of that.
Well, go look it up.
If it's
'cause
the best... Chris, have you ever heard of the Outdoor Boys?
No, I haven't. My boy just put me onto the Are You Garbage podcast, which is pretty funny. But like, I don't know. There's so many YouTube channels. There's so
Nicholas?
many. You can't keep up.
Outdoor Boys are the best YouTube channel. in the
Outdoor
game.
boys.
What is it?
They're Outdoor Boys.
Wait,
go-
are you talking about the
Brilliant
guy
marketing.
that's building like his
Yes,
own
yeah.
thing in Alaska?
Yeah, they
Wait,
go.
wait, wait.
It's
He's
this
just-
guy. He
he's
lives in
dirty.
Alaska.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
goes
that guy
camping
that
with
you
his-
guys watch?
Yeah, bro.
That's horrible content.
You are just
That
that is
is-
such a fat L for you.
that is horrible
awful.
content. That is
awful
awful
take
awful
by Eazy.
content.
That is just an all-time
That is
bad take.
no, that is awful content.
The Outdoor Boys are legendary, bro.
They're not.
That is just
because
such an
you're
L
the only
take.
person in the room who's familiar with them, and the only reason I know them is because of you.
Yeah, I watch them all the time. Best YouTube channel in the game. Dude makes millions of dollars.
Yeah, I forget his name, but
Dude,
I
he
do
had
like
millions of dollars
I do like
before
his
that.
He
content.
did, but he makes millions of dollars now. He
Yes.
gets millions and millions of views.
I know a guy who sits there and buys his views. Not working out for him though. Not working out for him.
Who?
Let him
We
cook.
all know the guy who buys his views.
Oh yeah, he doesn't buy. Outdoor Boys don't buy anything.
That's probably how I got started though. He just
He's
did
the
the right
goat.
way.
He is
He's
the
not
goat.
Stupid.
He is the goat. Outdoor Boys are the best YouTube in the game.
I don't know. Sounds like an L if you got millions and you're still outside.
What's it about? They're just outdoor.
They're outdoor,
boys.
dude. That's what they do.
All right, sorry. I'll give you
they're
a chance
just
to sell
boys
it. I
outdoor.
apologize. I'll give you a chance to sell it. What is
To
it?
sell it,
Yeah.
they're the Outdoor Boys.
All right. You're a bad salesman.
They go out there and they do survival camping with nothing but like an axe and a tarp, and he makes his own shelters, catches his own fish, cooks it all on the fires that he builds. Go and does survival camping in like 12 feet of snow in Alaska, where he digs out this shelter inside of a snow mound with trees popping. Dude,
It just happens to be a functioning, working camera.
well, yeah,
At all times during these
yeah,
events.
he brings fake. Dude,
No,
I'm
way.
gonna fucking fight you. I swear to God, I will fight you.
It is not real.
You're not real. Like, don't disrespect Outdoor Boys.
Dude, I
'Cause he
wrote an
does
episode for him.
He does his own editing.
That's
He
how I
does
busted
all
into
his
the
own
business.
shooting. He shows you the behind
He doesn't
the scenes.
do his own shooting.
He does.
Oh, I guess you could do a tripod.
He has fucking what are they? GoPros. As he films it all on GoPros.
the gimbal.
Yeah. Don't ever seriously. I'll fight you. You could say whatever you. I'll start taking personal shots at your family if you talk about
Over
the
the
Outdoor
Outdoor
Boys.
Boys?
Yes.
Come on now.
Dude's an absolute legend.
Everyone knows. Look at I'm talking about in the chat.
Yeah, Jessica Kopiak, chug mayo while getting bit by a bat while smearing rotten hot dogs on lawn gnomes. Yeah, makes sense, Easy. These are the people you're siding with.
That sounds like an episode of Outdoor Boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's an outdoor activity.
Oh, I swear to God.
Chug mayo while getting
Outdoor-
bit by a bat.
You're just
Outdoor
jealous.
Boys
You're
is
rotten
jealous-
hot
you're just
dogs
jealous
on
he's
lawn
making millions off of YouTube.
You can't do that unless you're outside. I'm just saying.
Outdoor Boys, Montana Boys, same shit.
All right, tell us about Feldman, Nick.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast and convenient first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi
Montana boys.
every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service to customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
You want to know a sleeper YouTube channel? Not even sleeper. Honestly, this may be the best YouTube channel.
Montana Boys.
Demolition Ranch.
Whack.
Demolition Ranch. You ever heard of that one?
You were ready to hate.
No.
When I purchased my first handgun, I just did a quick little YouTube on it. Just, learn about it and shit like that. It's this guy just buys like every single type of gun and just shoots the fuck out of shit. Like fucking blow shit up. Like any random weird shit that comes out like that. It's the fucking best. Demolition Ranch.
And shout out to Kalamazoo.
Shout out to Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo dropping $10 in there, says just a fan of the show. Kalamazoo's a real one. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. We got a big show for you guys, man. Obviously, Detroit Lions jerseys got leaked. Just before the event tonight at 7:30 was supposed to be the official reveal. And then they had a rebuttal for it. Hey, real quick, first and foremost, how are you guys feeling about the jerseys? I didn't actually get any of the reactions. A lot. You want to put them up, Chris?
I like it a lot.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm glad it was a black jersey. I've been teasing it enough.
Yeah, so these are the home and the aways.
Yep.
You got they're like the Herman Moore era-esque jerseys. You see the 313 in the collar.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a dope. That's a dope little highlight.
Detroit on the chest too.
Detroit on the
we've
chest.
been hyping up the city.
They got the dots in the numbers.
Yep.
You can't really see them there on the picture, but they do have the dots in the numbers.
And these are like the fan jerseys too. Like just I promise you guys, the players will look a lot sweeter in this.
Yeah, we have the video. Do we have the video of Aleem
Do you want
McNeil?
to play the Aleem or do
Yeah,
you want
play
to
the
see
Aleem
black
one.
ones?
Yeah, do that first.
Because this is Aleem McNeil.
Actually,
It
will you
shows
hold that? Do the black jersey real quick.
Okay, you said you want the black jersey first?
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually I got something on the Aleem stuff.
Bring me the blacks.
Come on.
Gee, bro.
Come on.
Hey, there
Outdoor
they are.
boys.
I like doing coke and choking strippers.
Oh my goodness. Outdoor boy stuff.
Outdoor boys, no, he's like a Mormon. Like they don't do anything like that. He doesn't even drink.
How do you guys feel
They're fire, bro.
about? Thank you.
They're absolutely
Yeah.
fire.
Like when people were talking about bring the black jersey, I was like, yes, hell yeah. And I looked at the old black jersey, I was like, oh, it actually wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
This, they made it hard, man. And we talked about it on the show since the signing of DJ Reader, since the acquisition of Meek Robertson. Imagine this defense. And I know we've been hyping it up all offseason. This defense is good enough to don a black jersey.
Yeah.
To be out there and be menacing. Black Air Force energy. We finally had that in the defensive line.
With the Motor
I'm here
City
for
on the collar?
I've been debating on whose jersey I get.
I'm getting Aleem's.
You're getting a Liam?
We already had Panay's together, but if you want to go separate ways, I understand. But
Should we both get a Liam?
I mean, I'm down. But also, if you
I
don't
was
want to
thinking
get-
maybe Jack Campbell.
that's your guy. You did attach to him.
Yeah.
You did call his thing.
Called his shot.
I'm maybe even Rodrigo.
I already got a Rodrigo jersey.
Yeah, it's fair. Maybe
Hutch.
Amon-Ra.
Hutch would be sick.
Hutch would be sick.
Brian Branch would be sick.
Oh yeah.
Branch.
Branch would be
Branch.
That'd be good one
sick.
too. That'd be good one too.
Nah, you gotta get
This
DJ
year, like,
Reader?
too, bro. Oh my
DJ
God,
Reader.
bro. Remember how lit? That'd be a good one too. He was only here for like 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember how lit
You
the
gotta get
atmosphere
someone
was
on
for
the
that,
line.
that first playoff game? Like the night game.
Yeah.
They blacked it all out, and then people had the glow sticks they left on the seats, whatever the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, The black jerseys in
yeah.
that atmosphere, the glow wristbands.
Yeah, it was the glow wristbands.
And they're all in
were hype.
sync. The black jerseys in that atmosphere for a night game.
That'd be hype.
Oh, man. It's just menacing, man. It's menacing. Baltimore Ravens, menacing defense, black.
Yeah.
That's
You
why
got the Pittsburgh Steelers, menacing defense, black.
Yeah.
What was it? Bountygate. Not Bountygate, but
Yeah, New Orleans Saints.
Bountygate.
Yeah.
Bountygate, black.
Black. Yeah.
Just a menace. Like the defense is coming, guys.
Yeah.
It's getting cooked up right now. What were we gonna say, Chris? I apologize.
I was
talked
just
like
gonna
5
say,
times.
I think as cool as those jerseys are, and as much as I like Brian Branch, like I feel like you got to get someone on the defensive line because of that nastiness that you got in that jersey.
Yeah, that's why I'm
like,
getting a lean.
And
Didn't even
again,
question it.
I love when the alternate jerseys do this, like having the motor, like incorporating Motor City, like right on the
Yeah.
collar there, like
Motor City on the
Let's go.
collar.
that's just to me. I'm a sucker for any jersey that has Motor City on it anywhere, because that to me has always been just the phrase that I really rock with when it comes to Detroit, and so that was a nice touch. And yeah, these jerseys are clean. I don't care if this is
my
propaganda
gosh.
to get money. I'd
Yeah, who
take
cares?
my money.
The other thing too, right?
gotta
What
get
was the
Hutch.
narrative from like opposing fan bases, pussy ass fan bases, by the way, too?
Yeah.
The LA Rams, the Vikings, all through the process. You're dirty.
Yeah, they're dirty.
You're dirty.
All they do is
okay,
hit
bitch.
knees.
Okay, bitch. Let me don this Black Force energy, and I'm gonna keep bullying your bitch ass. I love it.
I love it too.
I love the black jersey.
Shout out to Detroit Supremacy, hashtag Bulge
Sewell
Army.
Black will still
He
be
said
on.
he's going to buy a Sewell Black and an Amon-Ra St. Brown Blue tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
like
like
that.
hard,
I
man.
like that.
I'm leaning.
Oh, man.
I got to
I'm-
get the Hutch Black, right?
If you want, he's kind of like the black. Yeah, I'm thinking menacing. Hutch to me is more like
Pretty boy.
Here's a door for you.
You don't think Hutch is menacing?
Ooh, he is in the field. He is in the field. I will give him that. Remember the first?
That's racist.
Remember the first HBO one? Give me the blacks. Yeah.
Talking about the jerseys.
We got a snapshot of your Twitter, boy. You relax over there.
My Twitter is clean.
Now
I made sure that shit was clean.
Bro, the one you sent last night, I was like, he said to his friend.
Yeah. Auschwitz, yeah.
Hey, bro. I'm just saying, bro. AI's evolving.
Get somebody mean. You know, get somebody that's gonna.
Jack Campbell,
Yeah, I think he might end up being mean. Yeah,
he's mean.
he is mean. I'm not discouraged. If you're gonna get Hutch, I would go blue or white. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm getting a black one.
For sure. Sewell, bro.
I already got Sewell. I already got a
the
penny
black.
jersey.
It's the bully version,
I
bro.
know.
It's when you pick the same character, you just pick the evil version of him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Everybody likes the villain.
That's the other part of it
Imagine-
too. Oh my god, I love these black jerseys more.
All of the cult. Yeah, that's true. All the best movies, you got cold villains. Like
Yes. Bryce
Dark
doesn't
Knight,
understand that
Dark
yet.
Knight.
Yeah.
My
Joker.
son, when we
Fuck,
play like
Infinity War, Thanos. Like,
yeah, I got a Thanos tattoo.
yeah, bro. Everybody likes Infinity War more than Endgame because Thanos wins in
Yeah.
Infinity War.
Yes.
And that's why
He's a
everybody's like,
dog.
the villain fucking won. That is
Yeah.
dope. And we're gonna see the villain win a lot
Yes,
in the
sir.
Lions season this year. The
No more
villains
that
are gonna
cute
win a
shit.
lot.
No more of that cute shit. We're no longer the fucking up and coming Lions. No, we're the big and bad, dressed in black, bullies.
I'm thinking one of the dynamic guys on this offense, even though he might not have the longest shelf life, a Black Gibbs would be crispy.
That would be sick.
That'd be crispy.
Somebody
Yes.
said, JMO, I'm too big to get single digit jerseys.
That's fair.
My back's too wide to get a single digit
There's a lot of
jersey.
space.
Yeah, so
But the black's a thinning color.
I might get DJ Reader, bro.
I honestly, that'd be hard. That'd be hard because if they do something like that's a piece that helps.
And I
turn the
want
page.
that. I was calling for DJ Reader.
Yeah. Real quick too, the reason why we have these jerseys that we're able to sit here and talk about them, they were leaked by Fanatics.com. The reason why when I immediately knew it was a real leak too, by the way, because we've seen this up until this point too with like fake other jerseys. But when Justin Rogers tweets something,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Justin is one of the most well-informed.
He's tapped in for
yeah,
sure.
Like he's tapped in, and he knows his shit. He's gonna make sure he knows his shit. When Justin Rogers retweeted that, I knew it was legit.
Yeah.
I knew it was legit. And then this is another thing, legit and elite. The Detroit Lions social media team
Yep.
and the Detroit Lions video. Whoever had this idea to pre-record this, is the video into play?
Yeah.
Run this.
Whoever leaked the uniform video, we appreciate it. We appreciate you ruining all the hard work we put in. Video coming soon.
That looks so. Those
hard.
look so dope.
They pre-recorded the leak. That's just like next level
And-
marketing. Because here's the other thing, real quick though, because it's conversation. I already put it out there like, hey, they pre-recorded this because somebody's like, no, I'm waiting for the real leak to come out. This might not be real. No, that was the real leak from the Fanatics. But now it's a conversation starter. Where it's like, Did they Drake it? Did they leak the shit on
Yeah,
purpose?
yeah.
Right? There's also like just the argument in general, like, no, they didn't. It has come out. Like, it's already being talked about.
And when Ryan was talking about it on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz today, he was saying like they're mad. They're really mad about this, and that's a guy who's works with Dan Miller every single day. So like I respect when Ermanni tells me that like the Lions organization is not happy with this. Yeah. He knows. Like
you want to know how I know they're mad too, right? Speedy, what were we gonna do today before that happened?
We were gonna go to the jersey reveal.
And what are we not doing?
Going to the jersey reveal.
Because we already seen them.
Yeah.
You know, it's
already been revealed.
But have you seen the pants with it?
It's they're just
no,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But like you're more excited about the jersey. Than
Way
pants.
more excited about
Oh,
that.
I
He's
know.
like, oh, look at those fucking pants.
Look at that bulge in those pants.
Bulge Army stand
Nice
up.
ass, bro.
Yeah. Ah, dude.
No, I just saw that on social media earlier.
No, that is funny.
You weren't. You're not hyped for a Hutch black jersey?
Get it.
Why are you
Again, I just.
What do
gave
you
up
got
my whole
against
spiel.
Hutch?
I got nothing against Hutch. I have a phenomenal picture with Hutch. We're both flexing. We've had a great conversation.
Yeah.
High fived each other.
Well, you think he's soft?
So then
No,
you switched
but
up
you
on
hate
yourself.
it.
Yeah. You say he's cancerous. You say he's a cancer to the team. No, I love it. And then I guess to talk about the Blues and the Whites, that's when I want to know about the pants. Nick.
Why the Whites?
That's where there's a conversation. Yeah, just how it should be.
Bring me the Whites.
Don't integrate them. Like,
No, bro.
no, but the monochromatics, we play nice in them boys. Although I think the pants are gonna be great for the Blues.
We were watching.
Just
we
how
were
all
watching
things
Forrest Gump in the back.
Oh, do you think the pants are black or
I think they're gonna have colored
dark gray?
pants to match every single jersey. I think they'll have blue pants, black pants, and white pants.
Maybe we should still go.
Because remember, Rod Wood said, Rob Wood said like they're gonna do it so they can mix and match and do a lot of different things with the jersey combination. So I'm pretty confident they're gonna have pants to match every jersey.
Yeah, the black on black would be sick.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
You-
With the electric blue helmet, black on black.
that's so hard.
That shit's gonna
It's
be so
fucking
fire,
hard.
dude.
Again, bro. Even if it's not like we were blessed to get a night playoff game. That was a blessing. Like that's an unbelievable atmosphere.
Get used
But
to
any
it.
night game, yes, thank you. I hope that's true. But any night game in general, like that shit, they got to roll that out.
Dude, yeah.
They got to roll that out.
Monday Night Football this week. We're getting a Monday Night Football game for sure.
At least one.
For sure.
Definitely need some redemption.
Kyle Stark. Again, this is why the Detroit Lions social media team is brilliant because here's Kyle Stark. Watch them not be the jerseys. Holmes throwing out curveballs again. Like it gets them talking.
Yeah.
Gets people talking.
Gets people going.
But and by the way, that was a contingency plan because they did not want the leak, or maybe they did. See when we're doing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, they might be Drake in it. Who knows?
They might be draped in it.
You said Drake in it.
Oh,
I know that thing's just swinging like a grandfather clock. Tell us
we
about
gotta chill. We got a guest coming on. We got a guest from up in Adams, Matt Hamilton,
Tell us
formerly
about
with Good
Shake
Morning
Shack.
Football. He'll be joining us, but not before I tell you guys about Shake Shack, the Chicken Shack Shake Shack sandwich, the best in the game. It's the #1 sleeper, guys. The Shake Shack Chicken Shack sandwich. Use the promo code Woodward for a free one with any purchase of $10 or more. Again, the promo code Woodward gets you a free Shake Shack Chicken Shack sandwich. That's in person, online, or on the app.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Counting down the days until Detroit shows the world how the draft should be done. Woodward Sports, your official Detroit draft partner. Listen for great insight into the draft, places to go, and what's happening in the city.
The Detroit Lions select.
See you downtown for the draft.
head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click the shop tab. Get yourself some brand new merch. Hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to Woodward Sports. Click the shop tab.
No AC, but that heated merch.
Some brand new merch.
What up, and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by my guy Spin Mo Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Detroit Mario, and we're also joined by Matt Hamilton from FanDuel's Up and Adams, formerly of Good Morning Football. This guy I want to talk to for a long time. He used to give out straight money bets all the time, every morning on Thursdays. Matt, how you been, man? It's finally nice to get you on the show.
What's up, guys? Appreciate you having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, man, we've been building this one up for a while, since before the Lions won their freaking playoff game.
Yeah.
How's that been from the outsider's perspective? Like, are we – obviously we're fans of our team here, but, like, is it real deal outside? Like, are people actually giving respect to Detroit Lions outside Detroit?
Yeah, I do feel like it's finally gotten there. I think this past season, showed people that this team is for real. It's not just about hype. It's not just on paper. They can get it done on the field. And I mean, the way that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes have completely changed the culture there has been remarkable to watch.
And is the narrative kind of changing of the Lions? Like, like the past couple of years, they've been the sweetheart, the darling, they're so cute. They were a poverty franchise for so long, and now they're actually good. Now is it changing to like, all right, this is a team we got to beat? We saw Mike Greenberg say their Super Bowl window's closed. I feel like they're kind of changing the narrative now to a villain arc for the Lions.
Yeah, I think it absolutely has changed. And the way that the NFC Championship game went down obviously left a little bit of a bad taste in people's mouths. But with Dan Campbell and the way he's going to use that as motivation, I don't think it was just one kind of fun, magical season. I think they're going to come back with a vengeance this year. I really do.
Now, obviously, report here on both Michigan and our Detroit Lions. I see is that Giants helmet behind you on your left?
It is a Giants helmet. I also have my, you guys will enjoy this. This is my locker name. Working in the Lions scouting department. Back in
you work in the Lions scouting department?
Yeah.
Did I skip over what? Bro.
Yeah, it was I worked under Sheldon White there when Martin Mayhew was GM. So it's been fun to see, too, from that perspective, just how the organization has continued to grow since and kind of overcome some of those obstacles that were there when I was there.
Yeah, so you know what it feels like then, like just the underdog story right now that we're going through. And now, again, hopefully to be something, I guess, have we already established, like more respectable. What do you think they need to add to kind of like continue that trajectory and maybe even win a Super Bowl or something crazy like that?
Yeah, that's the thing. You look at the roster, and it's not like there's some glaring hole that really needs to be filled. I mean, I think looking at this draft, you'd like to see them add a corner, add to the secondary a little bit. I would love to see them add some more depth at pass rusher. Personally, I would love to see Darius Robinson, the sentimentality of it, being a Detroit kid, being in attendance at the draft, for him to get his name called by the Lions, I think would be something really special. I've watched him closely. I was a student coach at Mizzou. I still follow Mizzou closely. I think he's an absolute dog. And the fact that he can play, he's not just an edge rusher. You can move him inside too. He's so versatile. I think he would be a great fit for this Aaron Glenn defense. But really, that's the thing. I think this team is so well built that they don't need to add much to be right back in contention.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask, too, because you also said secondary. I just feel like where we're drafting currently right now at 29 is not really – I don't think that highly of this year's cornerback class. I think there's some guys that are good, just not in years past. Is there anyone like a Kool-Aid McKinstry that you could still see them grabbing at 29 that holds that kind of BPA value Brad Holmes sticks to? Yeah,
I think Kool-Aid, that was the name I had in mind. I think he would be perfect in that spot. And you're right. There's not that like shutdown corner in this class, but there's depth there. And I think a guy like Kool-Aid, if he falls to that spot, I think he would be a tremendous pickup.
And looking at what Brad Holmes likes to do in the draft, we've seen him move up, we've seen him move down, all of it in the first round. What would you say if you had to bet on it of him either moving up or moving down in the first round? Which would make more sense to you?
That's a great question. I think moving up, because as I said, I think this team is so close. If there's a piece that he feels like is going to push them over the edge, that's kind of sliding down the board, I think we see him get aggressive and try to move up, because it's not, some teams are in a position where, you're not really that close. You want to accumulate assets and you need to round out the roster. That's not the Lions. They're really one or two pieces could make the difference in this team being in the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl next year.
Matt, we got a little bit of a blast from the past today. Detroit Lions are starting donning those black jerseys again. I was kind of talking about, like, he said they were villain earlier. I think we're finally cool enough and good enough to wear black jerseys. Before it wasn't the case as much. But I guess going back to the past real quick, now that I know you worked with the Mayhew camp, and I know people probably don't want to hear this, but that Eric Ebron stuff, were you there when all that went down? What were, like, some of the rumblings for him, like, heading in that situation?
Yeah, so Ebron was right after me, but I have to comment on the black jerseys. I'm so excited that they're coming back. We actually had Calvin Johnson on the show in August, and we were showing some of his old highlights, and Kay stopped him and was like, we have to talk about the black jerseys. Like, are they making a comeback? And he was all for it. I'd like to think we played a little piece in, like, reminding the Lions, hey, like, this is a good idea to bring these back, but I'm excited to see them take it's this this year.
Hell yeah. Don't even talk about Ebron if you weren't there for that.
Yeah.
I wish you were. Maybe it would have happened.
It's just an amazing thing going on. And, like, Detroit right now is kind of the center of the football world, where you look at, they had this big release. They get to their first NFC championship game in over 30 years. And now they have the NFL draft in a week. In the city of Detroit, they're putting up signs that look like they're supposed to be Hollywood signs, but they're Detroit-ish Hollywood signs. Like,
I saw that.
Yeah. But, okay, what is your opinion on the sign? And then how do you feel about Detroit kind of being the center of the football world right now?
I mean, the sign. We saw the rendering of what it was supposed to look like. It looked like it was going to be awesome, and the finished product was nothing like it. So
yeah.
I think they're gonna have to rectify that mistake at some point. But I am excited. I mean, it is really exciting to see Detroit get center stage here, get the spotlight it deserves. It is such an incredible football city, and I love this era that we're in, where the Lions are relevant and are a real contender.
So, former scout, who's some of your favorite gems in this year's draft class?
Oh, man. Where do I start?
Yeah, there's a lot.
So, yeah, overall, I just want, like, this is such a deep draft class, especially the O-line group, the wide receiver group. There are so many good players. I love it. First round, I think Rome Odunze is going to be an absolute steal for someone if he's the third receiver off the board. But even second, third round, I mean, there are guys, Malachi Corley from Western Kentucky, who's just an absolute beast after the catch. I love him. Xavier Worthy, I think, it's funny because people, you see the record-setting 40 time and people think he's just a speed guy, but he's a legit route runner, can make catches over the middle. I think he's going to be a really good, well-rounded player, and not just a flash in the pan type guy. But yeah, this draft is going to be a really fun one. I think we haven't had a draft that's this loaded and this deep, I think, in a little while, so it's going to be fun.
And the Lions have been talking to multiple receivers. They've had some of their top 30 meetings with guys like Xavier Leggett, with guys like Brian Thomas Jr., and even Roman Wilson out of Michigan, who obviously we have a lot of Michigan fans on the broad. I'm a Spartan dog myself, so I don't buy too much into the hype. But Roman Wilson, is this a legitimate guy that could sneak into the first round here of the NFL draft?
It's hard for me to see him first round, but I think – second round, I think is likely. And I mean, he's a tremendous playmaker. I am also a big fan of Leggett. There's the concern that it only happened really in 1 year for him, but I think it just takes a little bit for it to click for some guys. And you see the athletic profile with him is off the charts. That 4.39 40 at his size is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think either one of those guys, I think either one of those guys in the second round, that's somebody I could see them moving up for too. If they want to take a receiver like that, I think they go defense probably in the first round, but if they like those receivers, I could see them making a move up in the second.
Yeah, we actually have that topic for later in our show. We ranked our top 10 guys outside of the big three at the wide receiver position. But on my drive to the studio, I was thinking, like, I kind of remake my list because I totally forgot about the new hip drop rule. What are your expectations for that, the way that's going to change the game moving forward? Maybe even some of the guys you draft now.
Yeah, I am interested to see exactly how that goes, because it sounds like it's going to be more of a fine thing at first versus a flag on the field. I'm not a fan of the rule personally, because I think it's really hard to define and enforce, and it mostly happens when guys are just trying to make tackles on ball carriers that are bigger than them and prevent them from scoring. So I think it's a really slippery slope. I don't know that you change your draft strategy based on it, because I'm not sure it's something that is going to be super enforceable and really stick around. I think it could be one of these things that we see, for a year, like the pass interference challenges that we saw a couple of years ago. So I don't know if you let it really affect your strategy too much.
And another big rule change that the NFL had was the kickoff situation, and how they're going to kind of that XFL style kickoff, which almost eliminates the onside kick aspect from the entire game. But I like this rule because last year was the highest touchback percentage in the history of the NFL. What are your thoughts about the new kickoff situation with the NFL?
Yeah, I love seeing that they're going to try it. I'm a little surprised it wasn't one of those things where it's just, let's try for the preseason this year, see how it goes, and then look at instituting it from there. Because what's going to be interesting is, we saw it on the XFL level and it was cool and it worked. When you do it with higher caliber athletes, like, are we going to start seeing way more kickoff return touchdowns? And it become, we want to see kickoff return touchdowns back in the game for sure, but we don't want to see it skewed, right? Where we're seeing, 2 kickoff return touchdowns per game. That becomes kind of problematic. So I'm a little surprised they didn't want to give it a trial run first, but I'm excited to see what it looks like. And I'm positive on it until we see that it's a problem.
Yeah.
Matt, real quick before we go, I asked the New York thing because there's a lot of rumors about those guys jumping up and grabbing J.J. McCarthy. Not jumping up even, but staying put and grabbing J.J. McCarthy. Do you see that as a realistic situation? I feel like it'd be insane to pay Daniel Jones, keep him so that 40 million hits, and then you draft a quarterback. If I'm an owner, I'm firing that GM. Like, why am I paying this guy $40 million?
I'm 100% with you on that, and I think there are a lot of Giant fans that want to see them take a quarterback in the first round, but again, you're just putting him into a bad situation because they don't have a number one wide receiver still. I would like to see them use that first round pick to add a weapon, see what Daniel Jones can do with a legit number one wide receiver, which he's never had there. We've seen him even lead the team to the playoffs without that. Give him a number one wide receiver, and then there are going to be some quarterbacks with some real potential in the second round. Take one of those guys in the second round, so that if Daniel doesn't work out, you do have another younger option you could go to, a guy like Joe Milton, a guy like Spencer Rattler, who has some real ability. But again, if you're just drafting a quarterback in the first round, if you're giving up assets to trade up and draft a quarterback in the first round, you just put him in a situation that's set up for failure. Especially now, not only do you not have a number one wide receiver, you don't have Saquon either.
Oh my God, that's the other part too.
There's got to be playmakers on that offense for anybody to have success.
Imagine trading up, drafting a quarterback. The best thing that helps you on quarterback is sometimes the running game. You let Saquon Barkley
Hey, you got Darren Waller.
And then you let this $40 million cap.
And he might retire. So
yeah.
It's so crazy, man.
Before we let you go, I'll let you talk about the side of the ball with the Giants that looks pretty damn good, and that's the defense.
That's right.
With that, I think it is one of, if not the best defensive lines in football. You added Brian Burns, you got Sexy Dexy, you got Kayvon Thibodeau on the other side. What are your expectations for that defensive line for the Giants?
Yeah, I think it could be the scariest front seven in football with what they have now. That Brian Burns move, I think, definitely took some of the sting out of losing Saquon for Giants fans to have that happen later that afternoon. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to find a better speed rushing athletic tandem on the edge than Thibodeau and Brian Burns right now.
Actually, I got another question real quick pertaining to defensive lines. Your show is actually pretty close to our new defensive lineman, DJ Reader. You guys had him on there a few times too. One, I've been kind of hyping up Lee McNeil with that signing, thinking that he's going to have a breakout year now. What has been your takeaway from the DJ Reader signing, and is he just as excited behind the scenes as he is, to the media?
Yeah, he really is. And that's somebody that we've gotten to know pretty well over the last couple of years. We did our show at Bengals camp last year, and he sat down with us for a while. He's a guy not only on the field with what he can do, I think he makes everybody on the D-line better with the way he's able to eat up blockers. And, he also makes plays himself sometimes, but he's a space eater. He's the type of guy that's going to get those favorable matchups for the other guys on the line. But he's a guy you want in the locker room. He is a huge personality, one of the most likable people you'll be around. And anytime you can add a guy like that to the mix, it's a huge, huge win for a team. So I'm excited to see what he can do with the Lions.
Well, Matt, we've been chasing you for a few years now. It was nice to finally get you on. It's a huge win for myself. I appreciate you joining us. Anything you'd like to plug before we let you get going?
Thank you guys so much for having me. If you want to watch Up and Adams on FanDuel TV, on our YouTube stream, on Max, it's on at 11 a.m. Eastern every day live. It goes up on Max at 2 p.m. Eastern every day. Would appreciate you guys checking it out. And again, thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks,
we appreciate
Matt.
it.
You, brother.
It's awesome. We're definitely got to have you on again.
Sounds good. I'd be happy.
Post-draft,
yeah. We'll see how that works.
Definitely.
Appreciate you, man. That was
Take
awesome.
care, guys.
I actually knew Matt was a former. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I think I messaged him about it. I feel horrible about that.
That's
but
awesome.
Still, I'm glad to finally have him on. Matt's awesome.
Oh, yeah. And he doesn't have anything to do with the Ebron pick. So you guys in the chat.
Yes.
He did hands off. He wasn't the Ebron guy. He wasn't a part of that. He's smart enough to know Aaron Donald was the pick. Well, let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. No matter where you're at, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
What's good, man? How you doing? What you got for me today? Let's have a look, man. I see the one I want right there. That's the one I'm looking for.
Welcome to the winner's circle, Blake. Hey. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences as the online and big box retailers with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up and welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guy Spimo Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Detroit Mario. This one, I still want to do it and give it its due credit. But what I said in that interview about driving in here and thinking about that new hip drop rule and just hating my top 10 list I made. But without further ado, we did do that. And I do want to talk about it.
Is Worthy not in your top 10?
Let's see.
Dude, that's an L.
Oh,
Throw up
boy.
my top 10, Chris Platte.
It is.
Boom, baby. Worthy actually might sneak in there.
That's
with
crazy,
the hip drop rule.
bro.
I really don't think it's crazy. I get that we did just have Matt Hamilton on, and he was a fan of Xavier Worthy. I think the place that thing works for sure is KC. Without that, I don't know. We've seen so many people with that speed. And yeah, I will admit, he can actually catch and fly to that middle too. There is that value in it. But we've seen so many people with that speed not live up to that. I don't know if he's my top 10. But number 10 for me, this is again outside the top 3. I want to establish that real quick. This is outside the guys' neighbors,
Ricky Pearson,
outside Harrison Jr., and outside of.
You think Marvin Harrison feels like it's just Big Me?
Dunze.
Yes.
Huh?
It's just Big him.
Just Big U?
Marvin Harrison.
Why does he feel like Big U?
Because you said the big three.
Oh, the big three.
He probably feels like it's just big him.
Honestly, he probably does.
It is.
Probably does. Number 1 on my list. Do I start number 10, number 1? What do you
Start
want?
at 10.
Start at 10? Malachi Corley. Guy could easily jump up this list even further. I look at him and I see Deebo Samuel. I see DK Metcalf. And now the fact that you can't hip drop, this is a running back in the wide receiver position.
Yeah.
This is exactly what this is. Lions probably don't grab him, but he's going to go somewhere. And if you guys play fantasy football, make sure you scoop that up. I promise you, with the new hip drop rule for damn sure. Number 9, just to piss off Spinny, I put out of FSU, Keon Coleman. I think he has intangibles that actually bring his value up. It could be honestly higher on this list. However, when you watch the tape, he just doesn't get separation consistently enough. And obviously he had the 40 time on top of that to kind of like make sense of it, right? But he is a highlight maker. If you get him in the red zone, he can be a demon. Roman Wilson. Maybe a little bit of spice spinning here at number 8 over Keon Coleman. But the reasoning being, I think he just runs more of the route tree. He's opposite Keon Coleman, is a phenomenal getting separation. Probably more so of a slot than an X. I don't know if it really is something that a lot of people are going to be looking for. I see him more suit too as in round 1, round 2 guy. Number 7, Xavier Leggett. Again, the new hip drop rule, one of the things that he would have launched right up probably to the top 5 of this list. Xavier Leggett is going to be a dog. He is a muscle hamster. He's built stockier. He can play that X receiver position. He's been through a lot and overcome a lot. And that's why I think it makes him a Dan Campbell guy. We talked about the parents passing away. I also forgot to mention he was in a motorcycle accident. Was injured then after, had a head coaching change. There's a lot of stuff that plays in like that 4-year drought for him before that breakout. But again, the breakout, it shows you that he's a Dan Campbell type of character. Moving on, Danya Mitchell. You run all 3 levels of the route tree. I think he could probably sneakily be better than what I even have him ranked at. But solid guy. He's kind of skinny. I think he's like 200 pounds. Ricky Pearsall. Doses Dion put me on this one.
Yeah.
He's the one that sold me. Because I knew who he was through Anthony Richardson. And I think it's probably where he's going to go. The Indianapolis Colts, get him that guy. But he's a 6'1" slot guy. But he moves like Amon-Ra St. Brown, where he kind of just transitions throughout like the zones and soft coverage to where he's kind of always open. And then he also has a fucking insane one-hand grab and then proceeds to eat a 2-man tackle. That was nuts. Troy Franklin, probably honestly can move up to easily number 2 for me. I like his speed. He's out of Oregon. He does a lot of work. I completely skipped over Ladd McConkey, who I think is going to be a fucking menace at the NFL level. He's going to be a pain in the ass. He's a faster version of Cooper Kupp, essentially, in my mind. Troy Franklin, I think he could be a dog too. He's really lengthy, really speedy out of Oregon. Jalen Polk, I think, probably has the best hands in this draft class. And then Brian Thompson Jr., the sky's the limit with this kid.
Yeah.
Limited route tree, and that's why he's probably not in that top 3. When that's not the top 3.
Jalen Polk's 2 for you?
Jalen Polk's 2 for me.
Wow.
I think he's like the most consistent guy. I think he also has a little bit of Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes attitude, and where he wants to break tackles and get that yak.
So was this did you do it for Lions or just?
I just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did it.
Okay. Yeah, me too. So you have Jalen Polk over Donnie Mitchell. Yeah,
I think he's the best hands in this draft. I really do. I think his adjustment to wherever the ball is thrown, like he and we don't run that, so it's not for the Lions, but like the way Michael Penix plays is very similar to me, like Russell Wilson a little bit, where he like shit would break down. He doesn't run, but he'll adjust himself elsewhere and make the throw. Like Polk has adjusted. I don't know if that's made him better, or if he's always been able to like adjust to like those like off-platform throws, or like just put himself in a situation where he's just the guy who's gonna get the ball. He's obviously not Calvin Johnson, but some of the shit that Calvin did that made him great was like any fucking angle he would go for that fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? I see that in Polk. Not obviously Calvin Johnson. Don't say that. I was just saying that those kind of catches.
All right.
Yeah.
Here, throw mine up there, Chris.
You want to, or do you want to tease it? We're kind of up against the break here.
Oh yeah, I'll tease it.
Scott. Yeah. Just do it to 6, and we'll go.
Okay.
Scott.
Yeah. Throw mine up there real quick, Chris.
All right.
I got 2 minutes. I'll rip a couple of them off there for you.
Rip it, Lotto. Rip it.
At number 10, I got Jermaine Burton. This guy out of Bama. He is one of the most raw athletes out of this wide receiver group. He's got the speed. He's got the athleticism. He's pretty good size. He's 6 foot. He's a little big, stocky guy. He can play outside. He can play inside. He can do different things. He needs a little bit of refining, but I think when he finds that spot, if he finds a good staff to help him become more defined in his traits, he can be a real dangerous wide receiver. At number 9, I got Jalen Polk. He, like you said, his hands are insane. He's kind of overshadowed by what Rome Odunze did at Washington, but the dude he's nasty. He's nasty when he gets the ball in his hands. He can make a lot of things happen. At number 8, I got Roman Wilson for all the reasons you said. He's a freak. He is an athlete. He can do a lot of different things. He can play inside. He can play outside. You can put him in the red zone. He is an expansive route tree to run different things. At number 7, I got Ladd McConkey, the great white hope of this draft. Like, Ladd McConkey is probably the best route runner in this draft out of all of these guys. Like, even the big 3, I'd put him up there.
Yeah.
I'd put him up there above, toe to toe. You want to talk about Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors or any of those guys?
Yes.
I think Ladd McConkey is the best route runner out of all of them. He gets separation. He's crisp with his cuts, and he's a bigger guy, and he's got great hands. And then at number 6, I got Xavier Worthy, because I think what this NFL is leaning towards, what this NFL wants to see, is breakout plays, explosion plays, speed. Speed kills. Xavier Worthy is the fastest athlete in the history of the NFL. You get him on a field, he is going to make people miss, especially with the no hip drop tackle rule. You're not catching him from behind. He's faster than anybody you have on your team. And like Matt Hamilton said when we had him on, it's not just a one-trick pony with him. Like, he can do other things. He's great in crossing routes. He's great across the middle. He's great doing things with checkdowns. Like, the guy is a very talented wide receiver on top of being the fastest player in this draft. Mm-hmm. I'll break down the rest of my top 5 in a second. But first, Nick, tell us about the morning show.
We could keep cooking.
Yes, sir. Wake Up Woodward. It's the new morning show. Start your day with Wake Up Woodward, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports. Join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports. Sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Dispo Dispensary, not only they got the best deals, but they're literally giving away thousands upon thousands of gifts away to celebrate the holiday 420. Make sure you guys are there at Dispo Dispensary. 12 locations across the great state of Michigan. Just visit disposhops.com to find one near you. That's Dispo, your local cannabis plug. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy, Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, and we're also joined by another scout, Scott Bischoff. Long time friend of the show. I had to hunt him down, though. He cheated on us. And he went on Ermanni and Edwards and Maz before.
It's
I
crazy,
bust your
Scott.
balls. You're Gus. I apologize. Thanks for joining, man.
I cheated on you?
You cheated on us. We had great times in that room together.
We did.
The three of us.
Can I bend the knee and beg for forgiveness?
No. Forgiveness is always granted, Scott. We appreciate you joining us as always. And
yes, sir.
I want to throw a deep dive question right off the bat. It's maybe not the deepest of dives, like not a deep dive compared to what you guys do, but a guy that I've been in love with, a guy that I think you could get in the second, third round, and that would fit this team very well is Cooper Bebe, the offensive lineman out of Kansas State. I love this kid. I think he can fit what they're trying to do. I think you can move him around and put him in different spots. What are your thoughts on him as a prospect?
I think he would be in that second round range. Really good football player, very strong, stout. He is a huge dude. I don't think he's the most mobile player, but in their scheme with what they like to do, they pull guys a lot. Just thinking about him, my assumption is you're wanting him to play left guard, which I think is where I would put him.
Yeah.
And they need to address the interior of their offensive line. I have been kind of thinking that it might be a guard center combo type player, but if it's a guard like Beebe and he's going to start right away, that's a really good pick in round 2. I think it makes a lot of sense. There was a point where I thought about him in round 1 making sense for where they're at. And I know that's kind of a boring look at things, but they do need some interior O-line help. Glasgow's an older player. Ragnow has, the shelf life with him. I don't know. Who knows with some of the injuries piling up. So it strikes me that Brad Holmes is not the kind of, team builder to just ignore those needs. And in this particular draft, the O-line is loaded. It's a really good draft. It's high end with tackles at the top of the draft, but in say rounds 2 and 3, maybe even the back end of round 1, the interior O-line depth is really, really solid.
I agree. I think wide receiver and O-line, this draft class is bread and butter. I want to bring you into a little bit of debate that Spin and I have having. We need you just to make the kids stop fighting here. I'm not that high on Xavier Worthy. I think he's better than most of those speedster guys that come out. But Spinny, would you have him in your top 10?
I think 6 or 7.
6. And by the way, it's our top 10
minus the 3.
Yeah, minus the big 3.
Yeah,
Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. No, but seriously,
whom?
No, outside of Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, and Romo Duze, I had Worthy as like my 6th or 7th.
Actually, Chris, do you want to overlay him or put him on so you can see? But where would you rank Xavier Worthy, I guess, in your top 15?
It's strange because for a guy who runs 4.21, he averaged 13 and a half yards a catch last year, which is weird. I think that's a fair ranking. I do. It's just a matter of how you use that speed. They already have a player in Jamison Williams that they're kind of struggling to figure out from a speed standpoint. So, 165 pounds. He runs good routes. He's efficient as a route runner. It's just the production isn't where you would think it would be, and the yards per catch is a weird stat. Like, I know they pushed it. Maybe this is a Quinn Ewers problem, right? The quarterback they had last year, because I don't think he was all that effective, accurate down the field. But it's a matter of taste at that point. I think there's almost a big 4 in this class. I would put Brian Thomas as in that range. Maybe there's the top 3, and then Thomas is in a tier by himself, and then there's a group where it's just gonna be dependent on what you're looking for. I could see the Colts sitting at 15 and taking a player like Worthy just because of the speed, trying to run him on drag routes and crossers and kind of stuff, where you get the ball into his hand quick and he's just explosive. But I could also see them trading up and trying to partner Anthony Richardson with one of these top 3, players, or even maybe Brian Thomas kind of thing. To be honest with you, I think that Thomas at 210 pounds running, or 209 pounds running 4.33 is more impressive than Worthy running 4.21.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thomas is 44 pounds heavier than Worthy, but I get it. And if there's a way that you'd want to kind of figure out how to utilize him, it would make sense. It's just, for as fast as he is, it just seems like there's something missing in his game, and it's confusing. But I think 7 is fair. I don't think I'm not sure he'll be a first round pick. He could be. Depends on what teams view him and how they view him going forward.
And looking at the Lions and what they want to do with their first round pick, they've interviewed a couple guys where if they want them, they're probably going to have to move up to get him. In a guy like Terrion Arnold, and a guy like Brian Thomas Jr., where if you want those guys, you're probably going to have to move up a little bit, because I doubt they're there at 29. Do you see the Detroit Lions moving up in this draft in the first round to grab their guy? We've seen them do it before with Jameson Williams.
They could do anything in this draft, and it wouldn't surprise me. They could go up. They could go back. They do have a 91 pick gap between pick 73 and pick 164, where, Brad Holmes has been killing drafts, and having that big of a window is not a great thing. You want to make picks. The only way to fill that is to trade back, or use assets from next year or the coming years to try to fill those holes. But I could see them trading out more than I could see them trading up. But their window is right now. So going and getting a player that's going to help them right now, a player like you mentioned Quinyon Mitchell first. He, if he slips to a point where he, where they feel like they want to go get him. Jared Verse is the defensive end from Florida State. I would feel the same way about him. If he gets into I don't think he will, but if he gets into the late teens, you could make that kind of move. Latu from UCLA, same kind of thing. It's just dependent on whether they clear him medically. He had to retire at a point and then got cleared, came back. He's a very effective pass rusher. He'd be kind of nightmarish to pair with Hutchinson and that D line. And then the receiver, I don't know that I would trust Brian Thomas or some of the other receivers in this class when I look at Jared Goff. I think Goff needs a very specific type. He needs to trust that receiver is going to get to his landmarks, is going to get exactly where he needs to be in the design of the play, to feel, to trust that player to make throws to him. And some of these guys are, like the LSU offense is fun to watch, but there's a lot of guys kind of just running open and not running traditional super complicated routes, where
yes.
I look at a player like Ladd McConkey or Ricky Pearsall at, say, pick 29 or even maybe a little later, where those are the guys, like if you think like what Robert Woods was like a few years ago with the Rams.
They just play the game the right way.
Player. Yeah, but being trustworthy and doing what he needs to do and getting to where he needs to be. Everything designed in that offense is to get the ball out quickly and efficiently, and a lot of times that's, if he's in a shotgun snap, he might take 3 steps back, hitch, and he wants the ball to come out. And that's why you really need to get to your landmarks, because they, in practice and all these other, there's a design where they're supposed to be. And if receivers are going to freelance a little bit, Goff he doesn't like that at all. So, I think it's, Thomas would be super electric here, but I think it's more some of the other players that I could see them kind of being intrigued by, and less about the trade up for Thomas. But if it's a trade up, it might be somebody else, and I could be completely wrong too. We're gonna find out in a week.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I could see him doing either or. It's a tough question. I always feel bad when people get asked that about the Detroit Lions specifically, because I'm like, brother, no one knows this guy.
They can do anything.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess
that's
how good of a job he's done. Like he's put him in a situation that nobody has a clue, and anything's possible. They could do anything. It's good.
I've been actually, Brad said the same thing today. He said this cornerback class is kind of normal. I felt that way too. That's why when I saw them meet with, like, if they were going to grab a corner this year's draft class, in my opinion, they're going to wait till like the 3rd round and grab some of those high ceiling guy, or like, I don't know. I don't think there's any like lockdown guys, but Arnold and Quinyon, you have to make that move up for. Do you think they're good enough to give up assets for Terrion and Quinyon Mitchell?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think there are some corners in this class that are underrated. Like Chris Abrams-Drain from Missouri is a player I think who goes in round 2 who fits them perfectly. He's a little undersized, but he's really sticky in coverage. Elijah Jones from Boston College is a later, like round 4 player who fits them really well. He needs a little bit of time to develop. He strikes me as a Brad Holmes type. But, I mean, if you're wanting if they're intent on going to get the cream of the crop in this class, I think it's Quinion Mitchell. Although Toledo played a ton of zone, he did play a bunch of man at the Senior Bowl and he looked fine. I think he's fine there. Terry and Arnold, he's fine too. But are you cornerback is tough for a team, for a player to come in and really earn his like a starting spot is tough in year one. It's a tough transition. Absolutely, for into the future, I think it makes a ton of sense for a player like that. But I don't know that even trading up for a corner in round one, I don't know that they're necessarily gonna be like everybody looks at Sauce Gardner and thinks every corner going early should be Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
Right, and that's tough. It's a tough thing to do.
I agree.
And
wholeheartedly, man.
Where do you stand with the great Robinson debate that Lions fans seem to be having between Darius Robinson and Chop Robinson, two guys that there's very high possibility they're both there at 29 for the Lions? Like, who would you rather have? Who do you think fits better on this team? And who do you think is going to be a better overall player?
I've walked both sides of this aisle.
I'm only on one side of it, and to me it's Darius Robinson, although I think he's kind of limited a touch. I don't know that he is going to be a prototype turn the corner defensive end around a tackle. I think he has to play more inside, like as a 5 tech or a 4-eye, where he's going to win between the tackle and the guard. He's big. He's super physical. That's the difference between he and Chop. Chop is not physical. Chop can turn the corner, but once a blocker really gets attached to him, he kind of shuts it down. Where I don't know that there's enough competes there, and he's not really good with his hands. Where he's going to win with counters, he wants to win with quickness, and when he doesn't, he gets blocked for the most part. I'm not sure that Chop is a great fit for Detroit and what they are.
I agree.
What they ask of their D-line guys to be. Robinson is a great fit. He's redundant with Josh Pascal, and that's kind of the problem. Mm-hmm. He's 6'5" and 280. I think he's 288 pounds at his pro day, at his workout. It's huge. He's a huge guy with long arms. It's just he needs to play closer to the ball than further away from the ball. He doesn't look like a quick, fast guy turning the corner. I think he's an effort player. In a trade back situation, yeah, it'd be fine for him. I wouldn't love that pick, but it's fine. He's a really good football player. He definitely fits the Lions. Just he's redundant with Pascal, and he doesn't necessarily fit as the need that I think everybody thinks. That doesn't mean we're right. It just I think they're looking for more of a traditional DN type to complete that D line, and I don't know that he's that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense.
After the measurement numbers, I thought he probably might be better off at like a defensive tackle, become like a Chris Cansey or something like that. I just don't really see him as a defensive end in this league. Where Chop, I thought it made sense, or I think a lot of people, the people that do like him, it's just the upside, right? If you put him in a wide nine situation, especially with this defensive line too, like, dude, the get off is insane. It is. I think it's the best or second best out of this year's combine in terms of like the 10-yard split. There's just one hell of a prospect there. Where Robinson, you just know what you're getting, right? It's like you said, you're getting a Pascal. You're getting a guy you could throw in there. You got him play inside. You got him play outside, and maybe he becomes Canty, or I'm not even gonna say the name because he didn't have the numbers for it, but like a Chris Jones, like those longer body defensive tackles. But I think with Chop, it's just the upside that people fall in love with.
Yeah, I mean that's the discussion, I guess, is the ceiling as opposed to the floor. I think Robinson is a high floor, low ceiling player, and Darius Robinson is a high floor, low ceiling player, and I think that Chop is those finesse pass rushers have a hard time working out at the NFL level. They just do. It's easy to see how he wins, though. His first step quickness is elite. It's ridiculous the way he moves. It's just there just isn't a lot there tied to, secondary moves. And after he's locked up, it's just like, I don't want to say he quits because it's really dismissive, but there's not a lot of times where you can see him work his hands and fight through a blocker to make a play. Once he's blocked, and it's almost like the play is over. I know I think he's more finesse than what the Lions prefer, but it is impossible to find players who get off the ball as quickly as he does at pick 29. So, it's a good debate about both of them.
And a guy that the Lions seem to like because they've met with him and they've talked about him a lot. He played in the state of Michigan with his college ball. Another defensive end in Marshawn Kneeland, who seems to be rising up people's boards and even possibly squeaking into that first round. What do you think about him, and what could he bring to the Lions if they do decide to go Marshawn Kneeland?
So with him, I just see a guy. I see a little bit of he's physical and he'll bring it, but that's kind of like his game. Is he wants to bull rush all the time.
Yeah.
So he would fit. He would certainly fit. I think 29 is very rich for him, though. If you're trading back, 10 spots or whatever it is, and picking up a third, another third, yeah, fine. He does fit with what they do. He's physical. He's got heavy hands. He's got all that stuff, but he doesn't look like the super explosive, twitchy kind of edge rusher you kind of want to see. But the problem is it's pick 29, so it's like it's been really fun talking for a few years with you guys about the draft because the Lions have drafted really early, a lot, which means they've kind of sucked. But things have changed, and pick 29 is a very, very different world of players than a player at 2 or whatever it is. So I think it's accepting some of the limitations of what you're getting. Kneeland to me is a mid-second kind of guy where, there's a little upside there, but I think he's a mid-second player who if they took at 29, I think it'd be reaching a touch.
Sure.
Scott, man, we kept you a little bit longer than I told you. I apologize for that. I appreciate you coming on. Anything you want to plug in or promote while we got you here?
No, I can tell you. What can I tell you?
A recipe for something. A good lasagna or something.
No, I don't know. Come on.
I got something for you, Scott, actually. Right up your alley.
Shoot.
What side of the aisle are you with the Steve Yzerman stuff? Can you please tell these people who don't know what the hell's going on the eyes are playing?
This is where I am with it. Did the Red Wings play meaningful games this year?
Yes, they did.
Really meaningful games.
Really meaningful games. Some of the best games.
They haven't done that in like 8 years.
Yes.
Meaningful games in April.
Right?
Yeah.
Amazing games. Memories for me.
I know, and I'm like my kids are 16 and 18, right? And they have no concept of what Red Wing playoff hockey is. They just don't know it. So we're watching these games in April, how important they are, and I'm like, this is like playoff hockey. And I know it wasn't, but for the Red Wings, it kind of was. Like they had to win those games. Really
the Penguins and Capitals, those were playoff games. I don't care what anyone says. Those games specifically.
Yeah, for sure. And then the comebacks and all the nonsense that went on, the craziness, and it was awesome. It was great. It's a bummer they didn't make the playoffs, but they were gonna make the playoffs and get absolutely ragdolled by the Rangers.
Yeah.
I think they played meaningful games, and I think people just need to calm down about all of it. Like, it's a bummer they didn't make the playoffs, but they played important games, really important games, and they had a long stretch where they did not play good. But, there's some growth I think that comes from playing those games. You saw Lucas Raymond. You know that he's up for it.
Yeah.
He is, right?
He's about it.
Larkin
Evanson looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think you saw some stuff that in normal seasons past you wouldn't have seen because they were out of it by, December already, and it just didn't matter. These games all mattered. So that's where I am with it. It might be sophomoric, whatever it is. I don't really care what anybody thinks about it anyway. I just think that it was cool watching them play those games, and I think they were important games, but I also understand the frustration of where fans are. They want more.
Yeah,
I get it.
And before we let you go, how did you feel about the new jerseys that got leaked, including the return of the black jerseys for the Lions. Like, you feeling those?
I love those black jerseys.
Yeah.
I think they're sweet. Yeah, they're sweet. Those are super cool jerseys. And I know what I wanted to tell you guys. The idea of Mike Sainristil, this is probably a terrible time to bring this up because I'm sure you got to go to break. But the idea of Mike Sainristil to the Lions at 29 has me intrigued. I think it would be awesome.
Ooh.
That guy is a dude. And I know he's undersized. He's redundant with Brian Branch. But, I like Brian Branch a lot. I think having 2 Brian Branches on the field would be better than having one kind of thing. Super smart guy. Very understanding of what offenses are trying to do. If you want confirmation of that, listen to Jalen McMillan, Washington receiver, talk about really disliking Mike Sainristil in the title game because he was literally calling out their plays.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so
crazy.
super smart dude, very physical. You could free up Branch to stay in the box and just be a playmaker, but there would also be times that Sainristil would do the same stuff while Branch locked up, the player in the slot. I think it's one of those things where.
Does that mean you like Amik Robinson at the outside corner?
I just like talented players all over the place. I think Amik is fine. I know he's short. I don't think he's small. I just think he's short. But Sainristil would be like. I just think his addition would give you a very interesting way to play defense with more playmakers in and near the ball, and I think that's a good thing. And I know, I could see the Lions. We've all seen the videos from draft night. They always draft their gritty dudes. Sainristil is that guy. It shouldn't surprise anybody if there's a video that comes out on the next day with them going nuts because they drafted him at 29. And, it wouldn't surprise me a bit. He is that guy in this class. He really is.
I'm pretty sure I said I'd eat my shirt if that happened.
I think you do.
I hope that you're going to have to eat your shirt.
I hope I don't. I hope I don't, Scott. What is wrong? We're friends. You keep hurting me as your friend.
I'm sorry. I meant it metaphorically.
Well, Scott, I appreciate you joining us, man. Hopefully I can catch you and we'll get you post-draft too. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good. It's good to catch you guys.
It's good to see you, Scott. Appreciate you as always, man.
Be well, guys. See ya.
See you later. Dude, Scott's the GOAT.
Scott is the GOAT.
Scott is the GOAT. When we did the breakdown of all the draft picks back there.
Yeah, we killed it.
Yeah.
We sat in that room, and I'm pretty sure we accurately called every guy.
Yeah, every single one of them. Shout out Scott.
Shout out Scott.
Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's, because awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
And Soroki.
And let me tell you about Soroki's, because Nashville Hot Chicken is back at Soroki's. They got the tenders, the sandwich, they also got loaded fries, and the new Nashville Hot Pizza. It's a limited time offer, though, so come get it while you still can. You can go to one of their 11 convenient locations or go to Sorokis.com to get yours. Nashville Hot is back at Soroki's.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
And with the first pick in the 2024 Media Draft, Detroit selects Woodward Sports. Thank you for making us the #1 digital network in Detroit. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
With the first pick in the 2024 draft, Detroit selects Swiss Insurance Group. Woodward Sports and Detroit Sports is your top pick for your insurance needs.
Nice.
Keep your current provider honest and price out with Swiss today. Go to SwissINS.com or call Mark directly at 313-530-1698.
And
the Boys and Girls Club. Pull up. Buy your tickets. Scan that QR code right there. It's Jerome Bettis, the Bus Stop Here Foundation, Calvin Johnson, Aleem McNeil, and tons of other A-class names will be there speaking. Scan the QR code. It's from April 24th to April 26th.
Pull up.
Pull up on me.
Pull up. Well, so I have my reads in this email.
Why is that so dark?
And so it is weird. Yeah. Usually it's like bright ass yellow, so I'll take it. Usually, so I got my email from Brady, and I just clicked through the email, so that one wasn't there. So.
Damn it, Brady.
Yeah, that is what it is.
Eat shit.
I mess up too. I use the papers all the time. All right. Two great guests. I don't know. The guys in the back will be up against it choosing what to put there.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think? Chat, you let us know. Who was the best guest today so far? I think they're both great. You want to finish your list? You over it?
I'm over it.
Brad Holmes spoke today.
I haven't heard this yet.
You haven't heard this yet?
No. We don't have the...
I thought you were going to listen to the screen record. I did screen record something. I can send it if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one of them.
You didn't send it. Did you send it to me?
You didn't.
I thought I did. I thought I sent the YouTube video. No, not the actual video. I just sent like the entire conference. Regardless, he was asked multiple things. So, it was asked about trading up. What would it take to get there? Essentially, he just said, he did the Brad Holmes.
Pull up.
You don't know what he's doing. Yeah, pull up. So we're down. They just have to fit. We have to be comfortable with who that is. We have to be. I think the word he used, convicted. We have to be convicted with them as a football player, and he read that statement twice. The other piece he said was about trading down, and the way this one was asked, I don't know who asked it, but they did it phenomenal. He's like, what? Everyone's gonna be there, 150,000 plus, a hometown team watching you guys draft this first round. What type of Godfather offer would you have to be given to trade back? And essentially, Brad Holmes said, in a roundabout way, because I don't know if you know this, a youth flag football team is announcing pick 29. So essentially, Brad said, fuck them kids. If we're given an opportunity to better this organization and trade back, and as Scott said too, from pick 93 to whatever 160 something, that's void.
It's open, yeah.
And that's where Brad hunts.
That's where he cooks, yeah.
Brad brings home, he feeds families within those rounds. So if he's offered something for 29, fuck them kids. Damn. Confirmed.
Congratulations.
I'm just saying.
Shout out to Gun Guy. Take your pants off. But I mean, you have a lot. You have a lot of holes in that draft, like you said there. But I just think,
holy shit!
I don't know, man. There's not a lot of holes on this team. So do you really need 6, 7, 8 draft picks out of this class?
That's a great point, and that's why I think trading up is a realistic thing. But everything's realistic. He can stay there and take whatever he wants. If it's offensive line, I'm cool with that. Here's the other thing too. I don't know how many of these offensive line that we've allowed ourselves to fall in love with is going to be there at 29. Like this draft class, I'm telling you, the good guys are going to be.
There is going to be so many good players there at 29, whether it's a wide receiver or a cornerback or whoever it is. People are going to want that pick.
Yeah,
there are going to be offers that might tickle Brad Holmes' fancy. Whoa. No Diddy. They might make Brad Holmes think about saying "fuck them kids, no Diddy." This is something that is a possibility. Because what? What did you just say? What the fuck? I can't hear you.
That's a good song.
You're just whispering it though, so I can't hear what you're saying. We had multiple multiple wide receivers are going to be available there, whether it's Roman Wilson or Xavier Legette or Keon Coleman or Worthy or guys that GMs might want to get their hands on. So that's a pick that's going to have some juice.
Here's your last chance, fans, so don't let me down. You just wanted to hear me sing that banger out loud. I know you did, boy. You ain't tricking me, motherfucker. I did send one Brad Holmes video, Chris. Did you do that, or did you?
You did not send a Brad Holmes video.
I did not send a Brad Holmes video.
Oh, you didn't hear me? Bro, what?
Oh, I did not. I thought I did.
You could have swore, huh?
I could have swore. Hold on. Oh, it was a Lee McNeil one that I sent.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
That's my bad. Yeah, so essentially, kind of was talking about being all over the draft. One thing, a takeaway, I guess, I think it was Dave Burkett asked him once more about the offensive line. He once again reiterated that he's reiterated in the past that they believe the foundation of a team is the offensive line. And I assume the same way it goes trenches, and it makes sense with Brad Holmes being a former defensive lineman himself, that he did that on the defensive side too, as we saw him go back-to-back a few times there. So.
Yeah, back-to-back, like he's on the color of Lethal Weapon. Like he likes
96,
to do it.
97.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He also was wearing the blue and the black.
It
was
heavy
like
on
blue
my
at the top
collar.
and black at the bottom. Little subtle nod to probably what was supposed to be a surprise tonight.
Make you a bottle
But Brad said at the podium. I feel like my takeaway is really that. Oh, the quarterback.
GOP hates it. They're like, G-O, please.
Huh? Please. Oh,
the Obama back-to-back.
Anyway. He doesn't like the corners, it felt like.
I don't want to hear about him ever again.
But he met with a lot of them.
Yeah, it's true. It's like he's going to get trench work. That's what he does. That's where he lives. That's what he loves. He's going to get trench work. Whether it's offensive line, defensive line, or both, those are going to be picks made in this draft because you can never have enough big uglies on your side.
Amen.
And you need some. Like we've talked about the age of this offensive line where Frank Ragnow's might be 29, but his foot is 65. Like with diabetes. Like that foot's not working out too well. Taylor Decker is on the back half of his career, even though it sounds like they're trying to work an extension, which I'm sure is probably a 1-2 year thing, some kind of deal like that. Zeitler, love him. Happy he's here. Man's got some years on him. And Graham Glasgow even is not that, not a spring chicken. Really, the only young guy you have on this offensive line is Penei Sewell, which is awesome because he's the best. But you need to add some pieces that are going to project to be here for the next couple of years while you're making this run.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably going to go offensive line. The more I'm talking about, unless they get that Godfather offer. Shout out to the heavies.
Cartier.
Always giving the little guy a platform to speak. I'm going to pull up next week. Also, Eazy.
Cartier and the Woodwards. Well, first of all, shout out to Devin the dog. He says, shout out to the heavies. Always been the little guy on the platform to speak. I'm going to pull up next week. Also, Eazy, flip my K5. LMAO. And,
what does that mean?
I no idea.
Probably a what?
Because
Eazy flips.
Oh,
whips.
yeah. Flip that K5.
Eazy flips whips.
Yeah. Cartier says Caitlin Clark kind of bad. She looks like Tim Allen, bro. Like,
You know what? Let me hit that.
I mean,
did you see what happened at a press conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
We are the show that would like. I would never do that, by the way. That was super uncomfortable. I feel like
It's awkward.
Extremely uncomfortable.
Like, that was so unnecessary. You're a credentialed reporter.
He's probably like a 70-year-old man. He's like, as long as you do that to me.
Dude. And she, like, the thing too is like it's for her family. It's like a family type of love, not fucking like some. I don't even know what the fuck the guy looked like. That was wild.
Yeah, just horny old man stuff.
Especially like in Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Hope that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cartier, you done tremendous, bro. Says Danny G. Yeah, like, no. Caitlin Clark's not bad. I'm sorry.
No.
We did send a nice picture of her legs, though. Or that was maybe another group.
The girl that just transferred from LSU to TCU.
Haley Van Lith.
Yeah, Haley Van Lith.
Did she commit?
She's baddie. I saw it on Instagram yesterday. She's going to TCU, I guess. Don't care. She's just bad.
Play that Brad Holmes video.
Shout out to Greg Alspaw again. Send another $2. Shout out Greg. Shout out Greg.
Here's Brad Holmes.
When we first got here, we had a ton of needs. So we could go for the most talented guy, the guy that really fit the most. We could have gotten so many different directions. And then that resulted to a lot of young players having to play early. and got a lot of experience. Really, with where the roster is now, I actually think you even have more flexibility to not be anchored into a need. Again, we try to do the best we can in free agency in terms of plugging holes and pulling out the depth chart and do all those things. But and we feel that we did a great job in free agency, and we're in position to go whichever direction that we want to go. So actually get more comfort of how the roster's now. It's less of, well, we really need this. Well, we need the depth here. We need that. It's more. It's even, we've always said best player, but it's more emphasized now.
So
100%.
essentially, I knew you weren't listening. I was like, maybe he's
You were
listening.
making jokes to me during it.
No, I wasn't. You were looking down the whole time. Immediately,
Pull up the multicoders.
All right. I guess I'll react to what Brad Holmes said, and I did get to listen to a press conference, so I can't remember. But that's essentially him talking about the BPA stuff. It's like beforehand, we had to take. Sometimes we took the best.
Yeah, I heard him say fill holes.
Purpose. Yeah, and I think he's talking more so about the Jameson Williams stuff, or maybe even just the trade obviously he's made in the past in general. He's like, it's more of a need back then. But now it's truly like a BPA situation. Like, we can sit back here and grab who we perceive as the best player on the board because we're kind of filled out. And it's just, I guess there's no takeaways from the draft outside of maybe like offensive line. They're definitely going to grab at some point. And I assume that's going to be within the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing to whether he's staying, nothing to whether he is moving up, nothing whether he's moving back.
Yeah.
Just that he said, I will.
This is gonna be the ultimate Brad Holmes draft. Like, it's gonna be a Holmesian masterpiece where he is just going to be able to take the guy he likes the best at the spot he needs, because you don't have holes on this team anymore. You could say the biggest hole is maybe X receiver or maybe
outside corner.
Outside corner, yeah, maybe. Like, you got guys that can play those positions, so he can just do what he wants to, and all I know is this draft is going to be very poorly received from Mel Kiper's Widow Peak and Todd McShay's elbows, but it's going to be a great draft. Like, I'm just excited to see Brad cook.
People are lining up for the uniform reveal right now. Just shooting out some tweets. Sorry, this got sent to me. And I was 100%.
Yeah.
Wow. Talking out loud.
Nick?
Yeah, one of the guys I
Fully
want
segment.
late in this draft, if we don't go first 2 rounds offensive line, which I think we probably should, is Zach Zinter. Because at Michigan, he got injured in that last game, and he was projected a high round draft pick as an interior lineman.
Every Michigan player.
No, I was not on board with the Sanders still thing, although I think he's going to be a good player. But
talk about that.
Zach Zinter, I think, would be great in like the 3rd or 4th round if he's there. So I think that would be a good depth piece to add. Let him just completely heal from his broken leg, and a guy that could start as soon as next year if we aren't able to retain Zeitler, or we don't know what's going to happen with Frank.
I agree. I would really like the Zinter pick. He's a guy who's been the best, if not the best, one of the best interior offensive linemen in college football for the past couple of years, and he would definitely be a 1st or 2nd round pick if it wasn't because of the injury. So if you can get him later, and then this year he doesn't have to worry about being forced into any playing time because you have of those guys in front of him, yeah, I would love that pick.
That's the thing too, is like, how early would you love it though? Like, I would be comfortable if you made that move. It's probably not going to happen this
4th.
early. But I have that much faith in Brad Holmes and Alex Zinter too. Mm-hmm. Even if he did like 3rd or 2nd.
Probably not 2nd.
But even if he did, I'd be like, all right, yeah.
If he did, I think that he interviewed and just completely crushed, and they think he's going to be like Pro Bowl type production at guard.
Yeah.
Like, they would have to think that coming off injury, kind of like he did with J-Mo. Just like he did with J-Mo. He knew he wasn't going to play it to start.
Oh, shit. He's our 1st round pick. That'd be different.
Who?
Zach Zinter.
No. Yeah. No, he's not. Cammy Toe says he's our 1st round pick. Not a chance. Let me tell you about the quarterback challenge presented by Shake Shack, because today is the last day you can sign up.
Shape Shack.
The challenge is tomorrow. Shake Shack presents it. It is a quarterback challenge. If you can throw it on a rope, you can win 2 tickets to this year's home opener. Scan the QR code, go to woodwardsports.com, or go to any Shake Shack location to sign up. It's the quarterback challenge presented by Shake Shack.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
BGCSM 3C Sports Conference is coming during NFL Draft Week, starting on April 24th. Special guests will include Jerome Bettis, Barry Sanders, Eddie George, Aleem McNeil, Calvin Johnson Jr., Sean H. Wilson, Cynthia Freeland, Adam Scheffner, and more. This event is open to athletes, coaches, and parents, but space is limited. So go to our website and purchase your tickets today at www.bgcsm.org.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Fifth and 26th. Join the entire Woodward Sports family as we broadcast the first 3 rounds of the NFL Draft. It's the 313 Draft Party presented by Woodward Sports. We will be downtown at the corner of Woodward and Adams at the 313 Draft Party, which is presented by Feiger Law, Jars, Lost Farm, and Gold Crown. 21 and up, free entry to everyone. Party starts at 2 and Thursday, and the draft coverage begins at 8. We hope to see you there for the 313 Draft Party. Special thanks to Soroki's and Glorious. While the world watches Detroit, we show the world how Detroit parties.
Just fancy, don't let me down. The hell, Chris?
But,
well,
listen,
here's,
you guys,
it's my fault.
Noah sent this to us. It's Tim Twentyman was on Ermanni and Edwards before us, and so this was something he wanted to show us from that interview.
I knew it. I knew it.
Well, we had some technical difficulties with that video. We'll try to get it right. But
immediately when it was Noah and it wasn't in the group for everyone to see, I knew it was gonna be something like this.
Some technical difficulties on that video. We'll try to fix
that.
That
one's on me, guys. That one's on me.
Way to go, Chris.
I'll fix it.
Shout out to Josh. Said get those likes up, boys. Nice. $20 in the chat.
Shout out to Josh.
Shout out to Josh.
That's dope. All right, Mikey Sandstrom. He's not the only person to say that at 29.
Broder
started it. Yeah.
Broder was one of the first ones too. Where we at, boys?
He was elite at what he did, and what he didn't do was cover outside wide receivers. You know, like he was more of like in the box type guy. Like I think he's elite at that job and in the slot, but I don't know if he can be outside.
Yo, I'm too blowed to read the names. Listen, I'm too blowed for this.
BBY1TOTV Rose says, "Hey, I'm too blowed for this, man." That's fair, but yeah, I'm not on the Mikey train. I'm not on the Mikey train. I understand. Like I think he's going to be a good player for sure, but. You got Brian Branch. You got Amik Robertson. I don't need 3 guys on this team who play slot. Like, I understand Amik Robertson could play outside, but in a perfect world, you'd want him as the slot guy. So,
what? You don't know if Amik could play slot?
No, I know Amik. I said I know he can play outside, but in a perfect world, you'd have him in the slot.
Yeah.
And then Brian Branch obviously had that slot locked down last year. So I don't need another guy who can. If you're telling me, if you look at me and you say, I believe Mikey Sanders still can play outside cornerback in the NFL, I'll say, all right, you're smoking crack. And 2, okay, then I'm good with the pick. I just don't think he's going to be the lockdown outside guy, but I think he's going to be a great player. Yeah. Shout out to Devin the dog.
And shout out to Josh. $20 donation. Get the likes up, boys.
I already read that, bro.
Did you?
But we'll read it again because you're the man, Josh.
It's just because of the home. It's Devin the dog.
Shout out Devin the dog.
Yes.
Cash flowing today.
Cash flowing today. I'm button a button.
Because you're a Spartan dog, Spencer. No. It's because we already have 2 players who excel at playing the slot position.
Spencer, can I try to sell you on this real quick?
Okay.
Do you believe in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe in our Lord and Savior, Jared Goff?
Yes.
All right. Amen.
Well, you got me. Draft Mikey.
But seriously, if we're pointing to signs where it might happen, and like I guess the reason to believe that it can work, going back to when Dan Campbell spoke at the owners' meeting, and he's talked about Brian Branch playing more safety this year.
Yeah.
And for the purpose of keeping him on the field more. And if you have, again, that's Scott calling him Sandstro. And actually, we know that he's a dog. We got to admit that.
Yo, he's a dog for sure.
So, like, you move Branch to safety, which conflicts for me personally about the iffy stuff, because I liked what I saw at iffy last year. Obviously, you guys saw me turn my back to CJ GJ because of that play. But if he's there at safety, then that means obviously Sandstro could man that nickel spot.
Yeah.
And although maybe you don't want Meek. And
So
again,
now you're cool with Iffy taking off the field. You weren't cool with it last year.
Yeah, I think
He's
Brian
called it a
Branch is
cancer.
better.
No, I'm just kidding. Cancer. He got ass cancer.
Not as bad as foot cancer.
Here's the thing, though. In an ideal world, yeah, you're probably right. Meek Robinson's probably the best at nickel cornerback spot. But
Yeah.
I'm comfortable, as Scott said, he's short, but he's still good. He jumps high. He's physical. You saw him slam Rashee Rice to the ground. That's going viral right now on my Instagram as we speak. So if you have two elite guys at the nickel and the safety spot, I'm cool with it. Just give me good football players.
What about Honolulu BS's point?
Okay.
Never trust a Mikey.
I did have a Mikey flake out and go.
Yeah, you told me about that.
I know a sketchy kid that's a Mikey.
Yeah.
And you can't really trust him.
That's a great point.
You guys got any?
Yeah, I know two Mikeys. I think you know a Mikey too.
I do know a Mikey.
Is he?
R.I.P.
Is he flake?
Oh yeah.
He's a good guy.
Damn it.
That's
Rest in peace. Let's go to break and we do mailbag. We come back.
Sure, mailbag coming back. Let me tell you about Figer. After an accident, people need to hire a lawyer more than any other time. So make Figer Law your first call. 1-800-A-WINNER. That's 1-800-A-WINNER. Their team of trial lawyers will get you the money you deserve. Figer Law. All we do is win.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Glorious is back with a new ice water bubble hash tool, now with diamonds, constantly pushed to create the best Canna experience. This perfect boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flowers with only the highest terps, making the best even better. Glorious Cannabis, check them out at Glorious or visit them at gloriouscana.com.
Dude, you're nasty, bro.
Multicoders go crazy.
Multicoders go crazy. Set us up for that. Welcome back to livesports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guys from Rex.
What up, though?
Chris Nicholas Kohloff.
Let's go.
Mailbag. Get him in, boys. Get him in.
Mailbag from Brad Hendricks. What are the plans of WSN next Thursday, Friday? Live shows, remote downtown. Yeah, it's the 313 draft party.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Brad. No, yeah, we're going to have it's going to be an awesome party going on Thursday and Friday, so make sure you come down. 313 draft party. Come check it out.
I want to ask you guys something. I got a little mailbag for you. Flash. I'm just kidding. Here's the mailbag. I got a mailbag for you. Here's my ball. All right, sorry. Back there with it. I've been doing those streams with Dos Dion, and they're just changing me, man.
What?
No, it's fucking.
What is going on?
I'm inebriated. I'm just kidding. I'm not inebriated.
Okay, what?
Edrin Cooper. Broder and Dion tried selling me on yesterday.
Lions fans.
Not yesterday, but like the past 2 weeks. First, I was like, bro, we don't need a fucking linebacker. Why do we get a linebacker?
Wait, they were trying to sell you on linebacker?
On Edrin Cooper at linebacker. And I was
Long.
like, bro, why? And then I turned on the tape. I was like, oh, that's why. Have you guys watched this kid yet?
No, but as long as it's not Chris Braswell, I'm down.
Actually, Chris, if you want, it might be the downloads. Flannel Sam spoke about this morning, too. He had some highlights in there as well.
Where would
Shout
it
out
be
to
in the
Flannel Sam.
Slack? Because I can't see the images now.
I think it's been the downloads and the computer downloads. Edrin Cooper. If not, if you can't find it, it's no big deal. And yes, Honolulu's Sparty, you're 100% right. That's what I am.
What, a cousin?
Hi. But either way, I put on the tape of Edgerrin Cooper, and if this defensive line is supposed to be like what we think it can be, that shit would be nasty. He is 6'2", twitched up like a MF. He could play in coverage. He is great at blitzing. Like when I watched him, this sounds crazy to say, but like Micah Parsons, remember like sometimes I just float back in the middle linebacker, but he's still like jetting through. That's what I saw. Remember we were talking about like needing a Sam spot? Mm-hmm. That's what I saw. Even like in a wild pairing that even commented in the morning show today too is like Jack Campbell. I think we didn't see anything close to what he's going to be as a pro last year.
Yeah.
Like and by the way, you may have liked what you saw out of him, but I think he is going to be so much better than that.
Mm-hmm.
That he's going to be like your, and let's take a notch down from it, but like your Fred Warner, like your big body guy that's there in coverage and is obviously make plays in the run game too. Lesser version too, because that's high praise, right? There's your Fred Warner, and you know what Edgerrin Cooper becomes for you? That Greenlaw. He's got that speed. He's got that burst. He looks skinny, but he's freaky athletic. Like Micah Parsons looks skinny. I'm sorry, he just so happens to be one of the best pass rushing players in the NFL. And I say player because it's more than just like edge. He goes back again to that middle linebacker spot and blitzes like a madman. Like, I think we could cook up something nasty. It's going to be something that probably happens in that second round. But that's my take on the Edgerrin Cooper stuff been floating around.
I don't hate it. Mailbag, mail sack. Where is Michigan's Keegan O-line going?
Third
Nick?
round, fourth round.
Yeah, mid to late. That's where I would guess. I have not dove into like a lot of these late mock drafts, so I really am not familiar with Keegan's game.
It's fair. Honolulu BS. Why would you put diamonds in weed?
Counter. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Diamond dust.
Put diamonds in everything. The away fan, mailbag, Caitlin Clark or Tim Allen?
This toss-up.
That is a toss-up.
It's basically twinning them.
Hey,
Tim
I'm
Allen,
not judging. Just
think
like
of the
to
noises
shoot straight.
Tim Allen would be making.
Wilson watching over the fence. Howdy, neighbor.
Just a fan, mailbag. Brad Home trades up or down or stands pat. Give percentages. I'd say majority stands pat.
33.3, 33.3, 33.3.
Mailbag. Will Beth bless us? She blesses me every day, brother.
Yeah, she blesses us every.
Sawston, mailbag. Do you think the Lions' first round pick will start this season? No.
Well, yeah, probably not.
Yes, and a trade up.
Todd Sane.
Ooh, spicy.
I like that.
Todd Sane. What is your best case scenario for the first round?
Trade up, land Dallas Turner.
Yeah, trade up and get Turner or Verse. I think that would be my
Anthony
best case
Patterson. You calm down with that evil.
Where's Justin Jefferson getting traded?
Oh, I thought I said read that as the Bears.
No, Chargers, Bills. Ooh, Bills. I could see Bills for sure.
I don't think he gets traded. I think they keep him.
I don't know. That's what they always do. The Vikings
They literally
always
just
trade
did
their
that.
star receiver.
They did that with.
They did it with Diggs. They did it with Moss. They're gonna do it with JJ.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad move for like what they're in right now as a franchise. You should only show Easy's face from nose up like the neighbor Wilson.
Why does it gotta be Easy's face?
Yeah. Why you gotta say neighbor with a hard R?
You remember that commercial where they were trying to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to drop the hard R? He kept saying neighbor. They're like, it's neighbor. Say burr. He's like neighbor.
I'm the neighbor. I hear Smith say, you gonna take this? And then I hear Tim go, ooh.
Mailbag for Spenny.
Jesus, Steve.
Marry one, fuck one, kill one. Easy, Chris, or Nick, says Booner. I'd marry Easy. I think we have the most chemistry.
Yes.
I'd fuck Nick and I'd kill Chris.
Hey, I'm not judging. Just like to shoot straight.
That was fun.
Mic drop. I win. You lose.
Thanks, Spence. You're my best friend here.
I got you. I just wanted to save you from any of that, Chris. I wanted you to take the easy way out.
That's really thoughtful.
Brad Hendricks, mailbag. Best gummies that aren't weed gummies. Haribo, Black Forest, or Albanese. Lifesaver gummies are the best gummies.
I don't like gummies, believe it or not.
Those-
Detroit Supremacy. That's
The peach ones are good.
Sydney Sweeney or
Peach
Tyler?
Oh, okay, hold on. Before you
Tyler.
Tyler for
Tyler
sure.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tyler does it for me.
Tyler,
Absolutely,
yeah, bro,
man.
easily.
Who's
Sydney
Tyler?
Sweeney's she's got the milkers, but
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
No,
cool.
she's pretty. I mean,
Yeah,
she's not Tyler pretty.
She's not that pretty.
She's pretty.
she's pretty. She's pretty.
She's got some pretty big tits. That's for sure.
All right, I was gonna tell you relax because
What? Big fat titties, man.
I
We can-
There's things I can't say right now.
That's fair.
My mom's watching. I'm playing.
Mailbag. Rick Ross looks like he's wearing the bottom half of a ski mask. That's not a question, but yeah, I feel you.
Hey, have you guys been keeping up with Rick Ross's videos? By the way,
No, bro.
They've been hilarious.
I actually have seen
his
some of the
videos
videos,
are
yeah.
great, bro.
I did.
Rick Ross is one of the funniest people on fucking social media, man.
One thing that's funny about the Rick Ross stuff. Cash. Nice. That was good. No one. I keep forgetting you're left-handed too. How about the fact that no one gives a shit? He's like beefing with Drake.
No, honestly, there's a good portion of people that like care about it. Obviously, it's the side to the main course, but at the end of the day, it's like people are tuning into these videos because Rick Ross is just trolling them when he's talking about Birdman being broke and not having his home foreclosed. He said Drake's jet was rented from 1978. Like he was talking all sorts of shit.
Mailbag. Where was it? Bourbon or single malt Irish from
comes
Phil?
back, give her the Maeda. Is that one of the James shimmy ass? Go Maeda back at him.
I'm a tequila guy, Phil.
Yeah.
You said tequila or whiskey?
No, he said, what did he say? Bourbon or single malt Irish? Single malt.
What is single malt?
Single
I've
malt?
never-
Don't know.
Irish liquor? Is that like
I like bourbon though, so
I think it's Scotch.
Scotch?
I think it's Scotch.
I'm bourbon.
Single malts.
I'm bourbon. What's
Yeah, I would go bourbon on that for sure. Nice little burb.
What does
over it.
Braylon get?
Braylon gets bourbon.
Old fashioned, right?
That's bourbon, yeah.
Yeah. The bourbon.
Eduardo O'Neill. Mailbag. Y'all think we do a blackout like how the Bengals and the Vikings do a whiteout for the Monday Night Football?
Oh yes, I want to so bad.
That
Thursday
would be
night.
that would be
A
badass.
Thursday night game.
That would be badass.
Give it
I'd
to
love
me.
to see
I
that.
want it. I want it.
Give it to me like I'm Tim Allen. That would be awesome. Booner says gin spenny was something else. Had a good run with the gin, for sure.
You retiring it?
I mean, no, I'll still drink some gin.
What up, Greg? How you say Greg's last name?
But I was buying gin
House
because I had to buy gin for her and then tequila for me. So I was like, might as well just buy gin and drink gin.
Yeah.
Sipping on gin and juice.
Sipping on drank, sipping on drank.
Actually,
Xavier D, a
when
punch
Beth
from
got
Mike
us that-
Tyson or a weekend with Diddy?
Punch from Mike Tyson.
Easy. You're
Can I punch Diddy?
easy.
It's funny because you put you on
Third base coach over there.
Go for it, Easy. You know you go for it.
I would say a punch
Weekend
from
with
Mike.
Diddy.
Yeah. Hell no.
There are allegations
Hell
right
no.
now. Ain't no
Those
party like a
allegations.
Diddy party.
Those allegations are true.
There's a lot of well-known names that go there.
There's a lot of well-known names that went to Epstein Island. You're gonna do that too?
But they're not always getting diddied. They might be like
They might doing the Diddy. You want to do the Diddy instead of be the Diddied?
But you know, like, there's like attractive women there to Diddy.
I don't
Right?
Women.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of these
Everything's gonna be
That's why it's like,
fine.
you're a party like a Diddy party. It's like everyone. Do you know what it is? Or what, like this is what I heard Charlamagne say. You
There's
guys
just
stop me
there's
if it's not
cameras
whatever.
everywhere.
Or Charlamagne said that what it was. The Diddy parties were
Just orgies.
yeah, all kinds. Of
Imagine LeBron in an orgy. He's averaging 35, 10, and 10.
Triple-double.
Just
Oh my god.
Line every finger.
yeah, bro's passing for just like chest passes to,
Did you see that
to
video?
Meek Mill in the corner.
Meek is for sure.
Well, Meek's Freak Mill.
Mailbag,
Cheap
indica
Mill.
or sativa? I don't really smoke weed that much anymore.
I used to be sativa
No, I just
when
hit
was
it.
younger.
Like if you're smoking it, I'll hit it. But I don't really roll up anymore.
Yeah, it's
I used to
social
smoke
for
a
me.
lot of weed, but I don't anymore really.
Yeah, I don't smoke that often either. That's why today I'm so loosey goosey. Now that I'm older, indica. Back then, sativa.
What's the diff? What's one?
Indica.
What the fuck did you just
Indica.
Watson.
Indica is like in the couch.
In the
Like
couch?
yeah.
Is that what it is? In the cut, rolling doobies up.
What's the
Hey, want to give a quick shout out to Spencer's best friend and brother and role model, Max Clark, with 4 RBIs last night. Shout out. Finally heating up. 3-hit game as well.
Yeah,
and,
hey, eat shit, Pat Caputo.
He already has 1 tonight, so.
Eat shit, Pat Caputo.
Good to see Max.
Pat Caputo put out an article. Well, maybe Max Clark's looking a little overwhelmed with the A-ball pitching. And now he's been hitting like 400 since he put out that article. So maybe give him more than like 20 at-bats before you start calling him a bust, Pat.
Average up to 256.
Well, we'd love to hear from you. Fucking dude, I hate that guy.
Oh, my God.
All right, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I won't be here tomorrow. The desk, there are some competitions for who's going to be in the desk. If you want it to be Chris, you got to find a TD to fill in for Chris. If not, it's going to be Anson.
Oh.
So that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in. For Eazy, for Chris, for Nick, I'm Spencer. I'll see you guys on Monday. They'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good weekend. Peace.
History of the